Have you ever stopped to think about how many natural wonders exist on this planet that most people will never see in their entire lifetime? I'm talking about hidden landscapes, remote ecosystems, and surreal places that seem almost too extraordinary to be real, yet they remain unknown to the majority of travelers. The truth is, our world is filled with these secret natural wonders, but because they are so far, so isolated, or so fragile, only a handful of people ever get to experience them. And today, I want to take you on a journey, one that will feel like slipping behind a curtain and discovering the Earth in ways most humans can't even imagine. By the end, you'll not only feel as if you've traveled across the globe, but you'll also begin to realize just how vast, fragile, and awe-inspiring our planet truly is. Now, imagine a place where glowing blue waves crash against the shoreline, as if the ocean itself were alive with electricity. This isn't science fiction, it's real. Bioluminescent bays, where microorganisms light up with every ripple and movement, exist in just a few locations on Earth. In places like Mosquito Bay in Puerto Rico or Vadhu Island in the Maldives, the night sea transforms into a starry sky beneath your feet. Yet most people will never walk on these shores, never watch the water ignite with neon light as they dip their hands in. That's the beauty of these rare natural wonders. They're there waiting but hidden from the everyday traveler. You're beginning to see why the real natural wonders most people will never see aren't about size or fame. They're about secrecy, about being in places where nature still holds the upper hand. Take, for example, the Danakil Depression in Ethiopia. At first glance, it looks like an alien world. Acidic pools glowing in hues of neon yellow, fiery orange and toxic green, steaming vents of volcanic gas rising from the earth, salt plains that stretch into infinity. It's one of the hottest, driest, and most inhospitable places on the planet. And yet it is stunning, surreal, unforgettable. This is the kind of landscape that makes you question if you're still on Earth. Most tourists will never dare set foot here, but those who do describe it as walking through a dream, or more accurately, a nightmare of color and heat. The paradox of beauty existing in such a hostile environment is what makes it one of Earth's most extraordinary hidden treasures. And speaking of masterpieces, have you ever heard of the Door to Hell in Turkmenistan? It's a burning crater in the desert that has been on fire continuously for more than 50 years. Imagine standing at the edge of a pit as wide as a football field, flames roaring from its depths, the ground glowing with infernal light. It feels like staring into the very core of the Earth. This bizarre wonder wasn't formed entirely by nature. Geologists accidentally created it while drilling, but the spectacle it provides is as natural as it is terrifying. And yet, because Turkmenistan is one of the least visited countries in the world, most people will never witness this fiery abyss with their own eyes. Now picture yourself standing at the edge of a mountain plateau where the clouds swirl beneath your feet instead of above your head. In Venezuela, hidden within the isolated region of the Guiana Highlands, lies Mount Roraima, a flat-topped mesa that inspired legends of lost worlds and even Arthur Conan Doyle's novel, The Lost World. Its sheer cliffs rise like the walls of a fortress, and the summit is often shrouded in mist, creating the sensation that you've stepped into another realm. Cut off from the familiar Earth, strange plants, some found nowhere else on the planet, cling to its surface, and waterfalls plunge hundreds of meters from its cliffs. Yet only a small number of travelers endure the days-long trek through dense jungle and unpredictable weather to reach this isolated wonder. Standing there, you feel both the enormity of nature's power and the fragility of your own existence. And it's exactly in places like this where the real natural wonders most people will never see truly reveal themselves. Let's leap across oceans to a quiet desert in Chile. The Atacama, the driest desert in the world, might not sound like a natural wonder at first. Yet at night, when the sky comes alive, it becomes one of the most extraordinary windows into the universe. Because the atmosphere is so dry and the skies so clear, the Atacama Desert is home to some of the most powerful observatories on Earth. Lying on its cold sands, you can see the Milky Way with a clarity so sharp it feels unreal. Billions of stars spread across the heavens, and shooting stars streak across the sky in silence. It's a reminder that the wonders of our planet are not only in the ground or the sea, but also in the endless canvas above us. And while city dwellers around the world stare at dim skies drowned out by artificial lights, few will ever see the night sky as it truly is, raw, infinite, breathtaking. But nature isn't always about serenity. It also thrives in violence and chaos. In Tanzania, the Oldoinyo Lengai volcano is the only known volcano that erupts carbonatite lava, a strange, black, oily lava that flows cooler than most yet looks like molten obsidian. When it pours down the mountainside, it creates otherworldly formations, hardening into ghostly white rock that contrasts sharply with the dark African soil. For the Maasai people, this mountain is sacred, a place tied deeply to their beliefs and traditions. Tourists who make the dangerous climb are rewarded with views of the East African Rift, stretching endlessly in every direction. It's a stark reminder of Earth's restless energy, a reminder that beneath our feet, the ground is alive, constantly shaping and reshaping itself. And then there are the mysteries that remain untouched, places that few scientists have even begun to study. Off the coast of Belize lies the Great Blue Hole, a giant underwater sinkhole that plunges into the ocean floor like a dark eye staring up from the sea. From above, its circular shape looks almost too perfect, like a mark made by a celestial hand. Divers brave its depths to explore the stalactites and caverns hidden below, encountering reef sharks, parrotfish, and sometimes creatures that feel prehistoric. But let's shift from the oceans back to the heart of untouched wilderness. Deep in Papua New Guinea, in valleys carved by time and guarded by mist-covered mountains, lie ecosystems that scientists still know very little about. Entire tribes live there with minimal contact to the outside world, and the forests hide species that have yet to be catalogued. Imagine walking into such a place and realizing that you are standing in a world where modern time has barely made its mark. These are the last frontiers of Earth, and they remind us that despite our technology and exploration, there are still blank spots on the map, still secrets Earth refuses to give up easily. And yet, perhaps one of the most hauntingly beautiful hidden wonders can be found in Iceland. Beneath its glaciers are ice caves so translucent and blue that they feel like walking inside a frozen sapphire. The caves shift and change every year as the glaciers move, which means no one ever sees the exact same ice formation twice. Some are narrow tunnels glowing with aquamarine light. Others are vast chambers where icicles hang like chandeliers in an otherworldly palace. To step inside is to be reminded of the fleeting nature of beauty, that even Earth's greatest art is temporary, melting and reforming, never permanent. Most travelers stick to the popular waterfalls and hot springs, never realizing these shimmering cathedrals of ice are waiting in silence. These places, volcanoes, deserts, caves, oceans, and glaciers, are scattered across the globe like secrets in a story waiting to be told. How many stories will remain untold because we didn't look closely enough? That thought lingers like a shadow, reminding us that exploring the hidden corners of our world is not just about curiosity, it's about responsibility. Now, let's step into the Arctic Circle, to a land where ice and fire coexist. In Greenland, glaciers crash into the sea, birthing colossal icebergs that float like silent giants across dark waters. And still, there are wonders so hidden that only the most daring ever encounter them. In the Amazon, the largest rainforest on Earth, there are waterfalls and caves untouched by human footprints, rivers that glow with minerals, and valleys where undiscovered species live in silence. Even today, vast portions of this green world remain unexplored, keeping their secrets tightly guarded. Imagine knowing that deep within the jungle, there are places no one has ever photographed, no one has ever mapped. It reminds us that the Earth is still larger than our ambition, still capable of humbling even the boldest traveler. Most people will never see these places, not because they aren't beautiful, but because they remain hidden under a canopy too dense, too wild, too untamed to easily cross. And perhaps one of the greatest hidden wonders lies not in what we can see, but in what we feel when we stand in these places. All of these are experiences that cannot be fully captured on screen or in words. They are emotional imprints, memories etched into those lucky enough to be there. So if this journey has sparked something inside you, if it has made you want to see more, to learn more, to dream bigger, then help us continue bringing these stories to life. Give this video a like. It helps more than you can imagine. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next adventure into the hidden corners of our planet.